Prepare yourself, because the world of celebrity culture is about to be scorched to the ground. We are witnessing a seismic shift in Hollywood that is more than just a scandal. It is a catastrophic betrayal of human life. Pierre has finally stepped out of the shadows, shattering a haunting silence to deliver a testimony so explosive, so raw, and so terrifying that it threatens to take down the biggest names in the industry. We are talking about the apple pie of Hollywood, the magnetic and supposedly untouchable Teyana Taylor, being hit with allegations that are nothing short of a death sentence for her career. Pierre is breaking his silence with a serious, life-altering claim. He alleges that Teyana Taylor secretly infected him with HIV. This isn't just a lover's quarrel, it is a biohazardous bombshell. Claims that while the world was watching her red carpet glamour, he was privately battling a health decline that revealed a horrifying truth he never saw coming. But the nightmare reaches even further. He is sounding a chilling alarm that this alleged pattern of deception includes her ex-husband Iman Shumpert, and could have even placed icons like Leonardo DiCaprio in a chain of unprecedented danger. The trust is gone, the masks are melting, and the industry is in a state of absolute, blood-curdling panic. You cannot afford to blink, because the glittering facade of fame has just been ripped away to expose a secret that is too hot for TV and too dangerous to ignore. Brace yourselves, because the walls of the industry are caving in, and the fallout is guaranteed to be more than just a scandal. It is a full-scale celebrity apocalypse. Pierre, the breakout star of Mufasa and the man who was supposed to be Hollywood's next golden boy, has finally broken his silence, and is not just talking, he's screaming. The world has been reeling ever since news broke that he and the multi-hyphenate icon Teyana Taylor split, after a year of intense, high-profile passion. But forget the busy schedules and creative differences the publicists tried to feed us. Is alleging a nightmare so deep, so dark, and so dangerous that it could rewrite the history of modern pop culture. He is claiming that Teyana Taylor was concealing a horrifying secret, alleging that she knowingly infected him with HIV. This isn't just a breakup, it's a biohazard bombshell that is sending tremors through every A-list trailer from Atlanta to London. Aaron's heartbreak is visceral, as he recounts the moment his apple pie dream turned into a physical and emotional death sentence. But hold on, because the danger allegedly ripples outward. Aaron is sounding a chilling alarm that this pattern of deception goes back years, potentially involving her ex-husband Iman Shumpert, and even reaching the highest levels of the Hollywood food chain, including icons like Leonardo DiCaprio. The industry is in a state of absolute, blood-curdling panic, with leaked messages and secret medical logs starting to surface on the dark web. You cannot afford to blink, because the glittering facade of fame has just been ripped away to expose a secret that is too hot for TV and too lethal to ignore. The air in the industry is thick with a tension that's about to snap. Every talent agency in the city is reportedly in a total state of emergency, with phones ringing off the hook as the Teyana chain of rumors begins to link together. Pierre isn't holding back, and his latest insider leak describes a scene of pure, unadulterated emotional carnage. He alleges that during the final months of their relationship, while Teyana was riding the high of her Golden Globe win for one battle after another, he was privately deteriorating, suffering from a health decline that he says she watched with cold, calculated indifference. According to a leaked recording of a heated argument allegedly captured by a smart home device, Aaron can be heard gasping, "How long did you know? Why would you let me walk into this?" Teyana's alleged response was a chilling, silence-piercing whisper, "In this town, you do what you have to do to stay on top. Don't be a victim, Aaron. Be a man." The social media chaos is already a Category 5 hurricane. Twitter is flooded with receipts, viral clips of Aaron looking visibly pale at the London premiere of Teyana's movie, juxtaposed with Teyana looking like she was glowing with a secret victory. Fans are having total meltdowns, with the Junie and Rue Hive fighting to defend Teyana's honor, while a new wave of truth seekers is digging into the 2024 divorce documents with Iman Shumpert. Aaron alleges that the multimillion-dollar settlement Iman paid wasn't just about child support. He claims it was hush money to keep the health crisis from leaking before Teyana could secure her Oscar trajectory. The betrayal is so layered it feels like a cinematic thriller, but the consequences are life and death. The Leo factor is what's really pushing the internet over the edge. Jaguar right-level allegations are flying, claiming that the flirty exchange at the 2024 pre-Oscars bash between Teyana and Leonardo DiCaprio wasn't just about his bun or extensions. Aaron alleges that Teyana used her wingman status with Leo to gain access to circles where health screenings are overlooked in favor of vibes. He hints that there is a shadow network of doctors who were allegedly paid to falsify test results for the one battle after another cast. One fake but realistic insider leak suggests that a major studio head has already filed for a private injunction to keep the Set 13 medical files from being subpoenaed. The panic is real. Celebrity reactions are starting to ignite even more fire. We've seen cryptic, late-night Instagram stories from stars who were once close to Teyana, now unfollowing her in a digital exodus that screams of a silent confession. The industry cleaners are working overtime, trying to scrub any mention of the secret treatment centers Teyana allegedly visited in Switzerland. But Aaron says he has the travel logs. He has the dates. And most importantly, he has the footage of the meltdown meeting, an explosive confrontation in a Beverly Hills penthouse where Teyana allegedly tried to offer him a career in exchange for his medical records. The emotional breakdown of the fanbase is reaching a fever pitch. On TikTok, users are posting tribute videos that have been edited to show the moment Aaron's light went out, claiming his eyes changed the second he realized the alleged betrayal. The Twitter wars are becoming toxic, with people questioning if Teyana's over-sexualized character in her latest movie was a subconscious tell of a real-life obsession with dominance and destruction. Aaron verifies the sexual aggression theory, claiming that she used her allure as a weapon of mass distraction. He describes her as a predator in Dior, a woman who knew her beauty was a shield that no one would dare look behind. But the most jaw-dropping twist in this first chapter is the DiCaprio tape. Aaron alleges that he saw a video on Teyana's phone, a video that wasn't meant for eyes outside of the elite. He claims it shows a celebration of The Secret, where a group of top-tier stars laughed about being the untouchables. He says the footage is enough to end the careers of 5 Oscar winners and 3 sitting executives. The sheer scope of this alleged bioconspiracy makes it the biggest story in the history of the tabloids. Aaron's voice is steady, but the pain is a razor blade. He says he lost his future, his health, and his sanity, but he will not lose the fight to warn the next person. The confrontations are moving from the DMs to the streets. Reports of a scuffle at a private club in Soho are being linked to Aaron's team and Teyana's security detail, with witnesses claiming they heard shouts about legal liability and biological warfare. The insider leaks cycle is moving faster than the news can keep up with. Every hour, a new document, allegedly a medical bill from a deep throat source, is being uploaded to the internet, and the names on those bills are enough to stop your heart. The industry is effectively a crime scene, and the yellow tape is being wrapped around every major studio in town. Teyana's PR team has allegedly issued a code red, refusing to let her leave her mansion as the paparazzi swarm. But the silence is only making the rumors louder. Aaron says that the silence is the admission. He claims that the reason she isn't fighting back is because she knows he has the master drive, the hard drive containing the unedited footage of their entire relationship, including the medical discussions they had in private. This is the social media chaos that changes everything. The world isn't just watching a scandal, they are watching a takedown of an empire. As we reach the peak of this first revelation, Aaron drops a cliffhanger that will leave you gasping for air. He says he wasn't the one who found the tests. He says he was contacted by a mystery survivor, a man who was with Teyana before Iman, someone who has been living in the shadows for a decade, waiting for someone like Aaron to finally speak up. "I'm not the first," Aaron whispers in a leaked audio clip. "And Teyana knows exactly who sent me the files. The real story doesn't start with me. It starts with the one she thought she had already erased." The internet is currently trying to ID the erased one, and the clues are pointing back to a legendary music mogul who disappeared from the public eye years ago. The clock is ticking, the files are uploading, and the truth is about to burn the apple pie to a crisp. If you think this is as dark as it gets, you are wrong. Aaron says the senator connection is in the next batch of leaks. The world is holding its breath. The countdown to the end of Hollywood as we know it has begun. The master drive has been unlocked, and the secrets inside are enough to freeze the blood of every major player in the industry. As Pierre's allegations gain momentum, the narrative has shifted from a tragic health betrayal to a high-level conspiracy involving political power and the ultimate erasure of victims. Aaron is now confirming that the medical secret Teyana allegedly kept wasn't just a personal choice, it was a managed asset. He claims the senator connection, revealed in the second part of 50 Cent's deep dive investigations, is the key. Allegedly, a high-ranking official from Teyana's home state has been protecting her medical records in exchange for access to the elite, inner-circle parties where the rules of the real world don't apply. Aaron describes a leaked recording from a 2023 private gala where Teyana is heard laughing with a shadowy figure about the immunity they both shared. He alleges that this immunity wasn't just legal, it was biological. The insider leaks are now pointing to a health pact signed by several A-list stars who frequented Teyana's private lounges, a pact that allegedly required them to waive their rights to sue if they contracted anything during the apple pie sessions. Social media is in a state of absolute, screaming hysteria as fans try to identify the senator mentioned in the leaks. The Twitter wars have turned into a digital manhunt, with users tracking Teyana's campaign donations and private flight logs to find the link. The cinematic gossip takes an even darker turn as Aaron details the meltdown at the Met. He alleges that Teyana had a total emotional breakdown in the bathroom of the Met Gala after seeing Aaron talking to a prominent health advocate. He claims she cornered him, her eyes wild and desperate, and threatened to end his bloodline if he ever sat for a blood test that wasn't administered by her personal doctor. The fake but realistic insider leaks suggest that this personal doctor has already fled the country, leaving behind a trail of shredded documents and empty vials in a luxury clinic in Soho. Aaron confirms that he has recovered fragments of these documents, proving that his health results were allegedly tampered with for months to keep him in the game. The betrayal reaches a boiling point when Aaron discusses the Iman Shumpert silence. He claims that Iman didn't just walk away with a settlement, he walked away with a life insurance policy that was actually a non-disclosure agreement worth $20 million. Aaron alleges that he saw the wire transfer receipts on Teyana's laptop, payments labeled as brand management, that coincided with the dates of Iman's supposed legal battles. The social media chaos is erupting as fans realize that the loving co-parenting image was allegedly a $20 million facade. Viral clips of Iman looking dead behind the eyes during his last interview are being shared as proof of the biological hostage situation Aaron is describing. Celebrity reactions are becoming increasingly erratic. We are seeing leaked messages from a famous rapper's burner phone that say, "If the apple pie leaks the guest list, we are all cooked." The industry is in a state of pure, unadulterated fear. Aaron confirms that the guest list isn't just a list of names, it's a list of exposures. He alleges that Teyana kept a bio-diary, a digital log of everyone she was intimate with, complete with notes on their health status and how compliant they were. This is the social media chaos that will lead to criminal investigations. Fans are demanding that the CDC intervene, while Teyana's legal team is filing emergency gag orders against Aaron Pierre that are being denied by judges who realize the public safety risk. The Leo factor is escalating as Aaron reveals that Leonardo DiCaprio's team allegedly sent a cease and desist to Aaron personally. But Aaron says he isn't afraid of the Wolf of Wall Street. He claims he has a recording of Leo's private security detail discussing the risk and how they needed to decontaminate the suite after Teyana stayed there during the filming of their project. This bombshell revelation is causing a total meltdown in the film industry. Major productions are reportedly being paused as lead actors demand health clauses in their contracts that specifically name Teyana Taylor as a restricted contact. The emotional chaos is hitting Aaron's own family. He describes a heartbreaking confrontation with his mother, where he had to explain why his health was failing and why the woman she welcomed into their home was allegedly the cause. He claims Teyana tried to buy his mother's silence with a luxury car and a promise of a foundation in her name. The cruelty of using his own family against him is what Aaron says finally gave him the courage to burn the whole empire down. He verifies that the master drive contains hours of tears video of him begging Teyana for the truth while she sat on the bed, cold and silent, scrolling through her Instagram feed as if his life didn't matter. The insider leaks are now suggesting that Teyana's Golden Globe was a consolation prize for her keeping quiet about a different scandal involving a studio head. Aaron alleges that the stereotype character she played was actually a caricature of her real-life aggressor persona. He claims the industry rewarded her for being a strong black woman, while they knew she was allegedly a biological predator. The Twitter wars are becoming a debate on colorism and industry protectionism, with Jaguar Wright's name being invoked as the prophet who warned us that they are all sick. As the section winds down, the senator connection is finally given a face. Aaron alleges that he has a photo of Teyana and the unnamed politician at a secret clinic in the Caribbean, a facility known for off-the-grid treatments for the elite. He claims this politician helped Teyana import experimental medications that aren't FDA approved to suppress her symptoms while she hunted for her next target. The level of betrayal and corruption is staggering. Aaron says the senator is currently calling the Department of Justice to have Aaron's master drive seized under the guise of national security. But Aaron Pierre has a twist that will make your heart stop. He says the master drive isn't in his possession anymore. He says he sent it to a third party with instructions to release the A-list exposure video the moment he stops posting. This dead man's switch has the entire industry in a chokehold. The emotional breakdown of the Hollywood elite is happening in real time. We are seeing stars deleting their entire social media presence, while others are making emergency donations to HIV research in a desperate attempt to look like allies before the truth hits. The final cliffhanger for this section is a revelation that ties back to the mystery survivor. Aaron claims the survivor has a second drive, a drive that contains the history of the infection, dating back to the early 2010s. He says the survivor is a former bad boy artist who was erased for trying to warn Iman Shumpert years ago. The chain doesn't start with Teyana, Aaron whispers in a chilling final audio leak. She's a victim who became a monster. And the person who made her is currently the most powerful man in music. The countdown to the exposure video is at T-24 hours. The apple pie is about to explode, and the mogul at the top is finally in the crosshairs. The master drive has finished its final upload, and the mogul in the shadows is finally being dragged into the blinding light of the truth. Aaron Pierre is standing on the wreckage of his former life, and he is pulling the pin on a thermonuclear revelation that will permanently dismantle the hierarchy of the music industry. He confirms that the mogul who first erased the truth and allegedly set this biological chain of destruction in motion, is none other than the architect of Bad Boy himself. Aaron verifies that Teyana Taylor was allegedly groomed into a culture of biological leverage by the same circle that managed Diddy's most private secrets. This isn't just a health scandal anymore. It's a systematic weaponization of a virus to keep the family in line and the secrets in the vault. The social media chaos has shifted from shock to a full-scale digital riot. The Teyana ledger is now trending as anonymous hackers, allegedly working with the mystery survivor, begin releasing fragments of a spreadsheet that lists every A-list encounter, every private treatment bill, and every payoff made by the mogul's legal team to keep the apple pie from being exposed. Aaron confirms that 50 Cent's involvement in the Diddy documentary was just the preamble. He claims 50 is currently in possession of the health receipts for the entire Good Music era, and the data is enough to bankrupt 3 major labels. The Twitter wars have evolved into a desperate scramble for self-preservation, with stars like Leonardo DiCaprio's team reportedly offering unprecedented cooperation to the feds just to stay off the infection list. Aaron describes the final confrontation with Teyana that happened just days before his public silence broke. He alleges he cornered her at a private airport hangar as she was preparing to flee to an undisclosed location in Europe. He claims she looked at him with a mix of pity and corporate coldness, telling him that the brand is bigger than your blood work. This is the cinematic gossip that shatters the heart. The realization that Teyana Taylor allegedly viewed her partners as disposable assets in a high-stakes game of fame. Aaron confirms that he has a video of her throwing a medical kit into a trash can at the hangar, a kit he alleges contained the experimental suppressors provided by the senator's office. The insider leaks suggest that the feds have already recovered that kit, and the fingerprints on it include a who's who of the music industry's elite enforcers. The emotional breakdown of the entertainment world is now absolute. We are seeing leaked audio of Teyana's own stylists and assistants having collective meltdowns, realizing they may have been exposed through close contact and shared cosmetics during the filming of her latest projects. The fake but realistic insider leaks claim that Teyana's apple pie nickname for Aaron was actually a code word for asset protected, a designation used by the mogul's inner circle to indicate a partner who had been managed. The betrayal is so deep it feels like a spiritual violation. Aaron verifies that the senator has officially stepped down from his committee positions, citing personal health reasons, but Aaron says the truth is that the senator is on the master drive, participating in the very activities he was supposed to be legislating against. The mogul reveal is the final nail in the coffin. Aaron alleges that the mystery survivor who contacted him is a former protege of the mogul who was discarded after contracting the same virus in the early 2010s. He claims this survivor has been the ghost in the machine, collecting evidence for over a decade, waiting for someone with Aaron's profile to finally burn the system down. Aaron confirms that the mogul's Black Book of Health statuses was used to blackmail artists into signing predatory contracts. If they tried to leave, their status would be leaked to the tabloids. Teyana, he alleges, wasn't just a participant. She was the new generation recruiter, using her magnetism to bring fresh blood into a poisoned system. Celebrity reactions are now reaching a state of gallows humor, as the industry realizes the party is over. We've seen leaked messages from a superstar's burner phone that say, "Tell Leo to stop calling the lawyers. We're all on the drive. We're all going to the clinic." The social media chaos is turning into a demand for criminal, biological terrorism charges against the mogul and Teyana Taylor. Fans are posting obituaries for the careers of everyone on the list, and Pierre is the one holding the pen. He verifies that the exposure video is no longer a threat, it is a scheduled release. He describes the footage as the most graphic and heartbreaking documentation of celebrity depravity ever captured, showing the moment elite stars were told they were at risk and their only reaction was to ask about their Q rating. The Teyana meltdown is currently being live-streamed by neighbors who claim she is destroying her own property in a fit of rage. Aaron confirms that he has a recording of her last voicemail to him, where she allegedly admits that the mogul made me do it, and that the infection was the price of the crown. This admission is the smoking gun the legal teams have been terrified of. The industry is effectively a graveyard. The labels are ghost towns. And Aaron Pierre is the last man standing, a survivor who refused to be erased. He describes the feeling of the master drive going live as the first time I've breathed clean air in a year. But the biggest, most jaw-dropping twist is saved for the final seconds of his testimony. Aaron alleges that Teyana Taylor isn't the only one. He claims there is a female mogul in the fashion world who is running a parallel, biological chain in Europe, and that the two empires were exchanging talent for years. This isn't just Hollywood, Aaron whispers, his voice cracking with the weight of the revelation. This is a global syndicate of secrets. And the drive I released today. It only covers the first floor. The cliffhanger is a literal explosion of fear, the realization that the master drive is actually a volume 1. The social media chaos is now a global search for volume 2. The world is no longer just watching a celebrity breakup. They are watching the collapse of the vampire elite. Aaron Pierre closes the final chapter of his silence with a look of pure, unadulterated resolve. He says he knows the hit folders are being opened and he knows his life is in danger, but he has already won. The truth is out, the infection is named, and the mogul is finally losing control of the narrative. As the screen begins to flicker with the first frames of the exposure video, the last thing we see is a list of 13 names that will end the world of pop culture, as we know it by tomorrow morning. The sky has finally fallen, and the stars are being snuffed out one by one. You have just witnessed the most devastating, soul-crushing, and dangerous truth ever to leak out of the Hollywood vault. This isn't just news. It is a biosocial emergency that is rewriting the DNA of fame. Aaron Pierre has risked his life, his career, and his sanity to bring you this warning, and the master drive is only the beginning of the reckoning. If you turn away now, you are letting the mogul and the cleaners win. You are choosing to be a victim of the same system that allegedly poisoned Aaron. You must act right now. Hit that like button to signal to the algorithms that this truth cannot be suppressed by any studio or any senator. Comment exposed below to join the digital army demanding that Teyana Taylor and the mogul face criminal charges for what they've allegedly done. If you are not subscribed with all notifications turned on, you are going to miss the release of Volume 2 and the A-list exposure video that is currently uploading to the decentralized servers. Every second you hesitate, the high-priced fixers are working to delete this video and silence Aaron Pierre forever. This is the final countdown for the elite, and you need to be here for every second of the explosion. The 13 names are leaking, the biodiary is open, and the apple pie is a toxic memory. Subscribe now or be left in the dark when the Volume 2 bomb drops. The truth is a fire. Don't get burned, get informed.